This is the AUTOGEN 4500 peak amp jump starter. Let's take it out of the box. In the box is a nice case complete with a go handle. In the case you get the user manual. They give you the jump starter itself, of course, along with the battery cables here, battery clamps. Really strong spring on that. So these will definitely grip onto your battery posts without any problem. They give you a very good connection. They give you the charging cable, USB to USB-C, and a really nice touch, the actual charger to go with it. A lot of things don't include this anymore. This does. This, by the way, will recharge in less than 5 hours. Let me tell you a little bit about it before we go on here. And then, of course, I'll demonstrate all of the features to you, and we'll give it a real-world test. This will start all gas and up to a 10-liter diesel engine. Battery pack is 99.9 watt-hours. It has a built-in 12-volt DC outlet. There's a USB quick charge port and a USB-C port, as well as a standard USB port. And there's a flashlight as well. So let's go over all of that. Over here is, of course, the jump starter. USB-C, that's in or out. So if you have a USB-C to USB-C cable, it can take power from there to charge your devices. Standard USB, quick charge USB. Over here is the flashlight, and check it out, 12-volt socket built right into the unit right there. That's the first time I've ever seen that. Really convenient, because oftentimes they'll give you, if they even give you at all, they'll give you a dongle that plugs in, and you end up losing that, and then you don't have that feature anymore. And over here is where the charge cable for the battery clamps plug in. Let me show you that here. You'll notice something here. It's only going to fit one way. If you try to plug it in the other way, it won't go because it's keyed. So it only fits that one way, like that. Battery charge indicator here, 5 lights, so 20, 40, 60, 80, 100. Pretty simple like that. Let's unplug that guy right there. There we are. And I'll show you the flashlight. That has 3 different modes. Hold the button to turn it on. So you have solid on, you have strobe, and S.O.S. Now I'll show you, you press one more time to shut it off, and I'll show you what it looks like in the dark. So we'll go ahead and turn the flashlight on. And there you are. Nice and bright. That really throws out quite a bit of light. I could certainly see to get around down here with this as such. If you're poking around under the hood, there's plenty of light there. And of course you have your strobe and your S.O.S. Now, what I was saying before about how you can only plug that in one way to ensure that you don't make a mistake with it, one thing you can do is make a mistake hooking these cables up backwards. Now, all cars and all batteries are marked. You have to take a look. Most newer cars are going to have some sort of red cap over the positive, and then the SAD cable you just hook up to the other battery post right there. If you can't see it and you can't tell, there's no worries, because this has built-in protection. There's a number of protection circuits over voltage, over current, over temperature, and especially reverse polarity. So if you do end up hooking it backwards, it's going to let you know. You really want to take a good look and not have to go through that and hook it up the right way before you go and hook it up, because that way it's, you know, plug and go basically. You hook it up, start your car, and you're good. Now, one thing that can happen depending on the circumstances, sometimes you might go somewhere, leave your lights on, and maybe it's a hotel and the clerk there doesn't notice, or you're parked out back or something, and you leave your lights on all night, and you come out in the morning and the battery's totally dead. And when I say totally dead, the light in the car doesn't even come on when you open the door. A lot of these battery packs, jump starters like that, can't handle that. When the battery doesn't have any juice in it, it can't do that. But this has a boost button over here. So in the event that it doesn't work, you'd press that boost button and then the light will light up, and then you have juice and you can start your car. But you got to be careful, because once you hit that boost button, the reverse polarity, that goes out the window. So if you have it backwards, yeah, it's not going to be good. So do make sure that you hook them up the right way. With that, there's not much more else to do here, so let's take this out to the car, and of course we'll jump start it, and I'll also show you more about the lighter socket there for power. So if you have a dead battery, it's really easy. Just come over here, we'll open up the little rubber flap over here. If I had some fingernails, this would be a lot easier, but there we are. Now, like I said, you can only plug it in one way. So we're all set right there. And like I said, the batteries are marked. If you don't see it, the battery itself will have a marking there. This one has a nice rubber or plastic cover on that, so we can get that out of the way. Hook up the red cable over there. Remember, real nice strong spring on that, so there we go. That's a really nice connection, I gotta say. Hook up the negative to the other side. Green light is lit already, so I don't need to press the boost button. In the event that it doesn't turn on and your battery is completely dead, is when you would press that. But again, you want to make sure everything is correct before you do that. And now all that's left to do is start the car. And there you go. Now just take off the cables. We'll cover this guy back up over here. Well, I'll have to fix that a little later, but anyway, that goes back on there. Unplug that. Put that back together and throw that back in the case. Close the hood. And you're on your way. So the power socket you can use for a number of different things. Over here I have one of those tire inflators that plugs into the cigarette lighter thing. It's been around since the year of the flood, but it still works. What we can do is simply plug it in right into the unit, press the button there to turn it on, and now I have my display there. So let me go ahead and set my pressure. Wait for that to stop flashing, and here we go. So now that's running right off of the AUTOGEN pack right here, and just to prove it, it stops as soon as I unplug it. So this can power your 12-volt devices. Now in this particular circumstance, it's kind of a moot point, because if you have the jump starter to jump start the car, you can plug this into the car and run it off of that. But there's many other scenarios for it. One is if you go camping. You might park your vehicle in one place but set up a tent in another, and you have an air mattress you need to inflate. Well, a lot of them are going to have a cigarette lighter plug like that, so it can work off a vehicle, but if the vehicle ain't there, then it doesn't do you any good. But you can just pack this with you and hike up the mountain or wherever you're staying or whatnot, and this way you have portable power. And in addition to that, if you have one of those old school cell phone chargers that only goes in the socket, you can plug it in here. Also excellent for power outages as well. Or you can plug in USB if that's what your cell phone is like that. So it's multi-versatile for a lot of different things all around. Really nice jump starter from AUTOGEN. If you'd like to purchase this item, I'll leave a link in the video description where you can find the item available for sale on Amazon. Thanks for watching. Make sure you click like, make sure you click subscribe, and take care. We'll see you next time. Bye-bye.